I'm extremely happy that South Sudan is out of the Olympic Games. Put yourself in the shoes of those who work so hard, those who got us qualified, those players who work so hard that we achieved these Olympics, only to be excluded with humiliations. I know this is shocking. As DENK, I have a statement, but first, these are my observations. First is the Eden agenda. The motive behind this Olympic was never good in the very first place. As usual, this was a tribal PR campaign. Second, the pressure. The team played under pressure as evidence in their performance. And the pressure was to please some individuals, especially from that particular region. My third observation would be their exhaustions. Exhaustions. It was evidence on their faces in the field. Exhaustion from lack of sleep. This could have been caused by the frequent visitation from fans or citizens who were present in Paris for Olympic Games. Team members might have been engaged in lengthy conversation with family members or government officials, encouraging them on personal performance. As a result, time was wasted and more goals were scored by their opponent due to selfish act. This is bad. Facts about Bright Star. Bright Star was established by others, not DENK. The only last coach that DENK found was a guy named Shinobi, who played a major role in the formation of the team, leading to many games being won in the region by the Bright Star, which attracted the world. Later on, DENK joined and began to take leadership role for a while. Eventually, Coach Royal Ivy came in. He was DENK's teammate. In that scenario, I don't know how Coach Shinobi left. If he left on his own or was forcefully, forced out of the federation, I have no idea. I cannot make up stories. Since then, the team became like a tight-knit family. It was evident that something unusual was happening. Let's also acknowledge that DENK Dad is a member of the General Council of Elders, JCE, Dr. Aldo Ajode. What you do with that information, I don't know. There have been numerous interactions between the leadership of our country and the Basketball Federation. From that moment, basketball would be utilized to enhance the image of the government and for propaganda purposes in South Sudan. Some of the changes that took place after taking over the team for tribal politics, some players from other region tribes were intentionally removed from the teams in good numbers. Most of these players have worked so hard for us to qualify for the Olympics and the World Cup and were publicly denied to enjoy the fruit of their hard work. Some of them did not even smell the air of the Olympics. How sad. Our country is in deep crisis due to poor governance and in what I would refer to as tribal politics. And it is even heartbreaking for me to see this in basketball. Yeah, Jama. Basketball, something that's supposed to be inclusive. I admit the morale went up during the Olympic Games, even though officers were dying of starvation and rampant shooting was taking place. Regardless, the belief that one region can rule with punitive force cannot last forever. A good example is seen in Ethiopia, the Tigray. They rule over 30 years oppressing people. In Sudan, Jahalin or Shagir, who have ruled for centuries, just to mention a few that have finally fallen and disappeared. I love our boys, the Bright Star. I love every single one of them. But the idea behind the game was not good for everyone. If South Sudan seeks to unite, we must learn from nations like Malaysia, Singapore, South Korea, Rwanda, and Tanzania, just to mention a few. These nations succeed in transforming their country by applying the rules of law, equality, fairness, justice, and respect for each other's in a state of oppression, divide and rule, or majority rule, or we liberated this country. Every tribe had played a role, and no one can take that away. But because you fight in certain location does not mean others did not do the same in other locations. Stop the narratives. When we win, we are one. When we lose, you call us tribes. That in itself confirms the facts I mentioned earlier, that there is a hidden agenda. When someone speaks the truth, you call them tribalists. When someone speaks the truth, you brand them tribalists. Why? For how long are you going to suffocate the truth? And when will you begin defending yourself? Is this how you face the reality? By hiding behind the name of tribalists and, oh, when we win, we are one, and when we lose, you call us tribes? These are weak personalities. How weak are you that you cannot even defend yourself publicly? But the only word that is in your head and you can type easily is tribalism. Tribalism. When will you face the truth? When will you face the reality? Fellow South Sudanese, our country is known for its great Nilotic presence in Africa with a high number of Nilotic groups. Our height speaks volumes. Our height speaks louder than that of Senegalese. For example, we have Shiluks. Aren't they tall? What about the Pujulu tribe and Madi? Don't they have tall individuals who can play? Acholi, Bari, Mundari, and Lotuko. These tribes are tall. We also have the Murle and the remarkable tribe of Kakwa. Walarujal Mafina. Why can't they have players on the team? Moreover, who is born professional? You only train them. You train a person to be professional. No one is born professional. My concern is that Nilotic people can come together, since we are equally gifted in this field in South Sudan. We appeared to excel in basketball. However, we are doing well in modeling. And this can be explored further. Another example is the Nilotic family in Kenya. Our brothers, the Kalenjin, they excel in long-distance running. As I conclude, I must acknowledge effort made by Loldeng in bringing the team to this height. We have heard in many occasions where he said he single-handedly sponsored the team in absence of the government support. Okay, if that is the case, what made him not allow other communities to participate? And could he be the one undermining the selection of other players? Let's assume that he is the one financing and somehow did not have enough resources to maintain. Then he began asking players to volunteer. Did he inform other tribes of this, that they can also volunteer? And did people refuse to join because of money? I, Kwang Dan, I am advocating for unity, and I strongly discourage the division that I witnessed in this Olympic appearance of our team. And I strongly denounced the plan of dominance by one region in what should be a national team comprising of all tribes. The motives were evil, and it is unfortunate that we are eliminated in the early stages of the Olympics. Why am I saying this now? The team captured our attention and instilled a sense of belonging. Those who misunderstood my stand can now relate. My first quote would be from Tahar Jahoud. He says, "Silence is death, and you, if you talk, you die, and if you remain silent, you die. So speak and die." Charlie Chaplin once said, "You need power only when you want to do something harmful. Otherwise, love is enough to get everything done." God bless South Sudan. Now it is up to you to connect the dots.